Divine greetings, entities, energies, lovelies, bodies of light, the seekers and sojourners of truth. 144, chosen of the chosen few. You know who you are. Fix my crown. I greet you in the love that lights the truth from my heart to yours. I am Celestial Earth in this divine energy essence of it all, reporting to you live from nowhere other than 5D. Sit in here, walk around with me, stand up if you're here, because it's the place to be, Ashe. As usual, I bring you the news to infuse if you so choose to infuse with this light on the light grid. And remember, if you choose not to, because you have a choice, you refuse, and be prepared to be fried on the grid and ducking all these light codes that's coming in. So as I want to talk about, as I'm addressing, speaking of bringing the celestial into the earth, I'm going to rain down all these light codes in the many ways that they're coming and streaming. Like, we get messages in so many ways, but one of the things that I want to talk about, and I wish I could remember the person where I saw it, but she was so on point, and it's something I've been saying. And if I was high techy and whatnot, I need a tech person, y'all. I'm still looking for a tech. If I was techie, I would sideline, put the clip there, like run the clip right here over my shoulder, and let you hear that part and then expound on it, which I'm about to do now. So what I can share is what she was saying about codes, and I'm speaking to my number divination, the divination of numerology. And those of you who see in numbers and whatnot. And some people, sometimes we see these people when they're going through a spiritual psychosis and things like that, and we see, oh, they're going crazy, they're seeing light language through numbers. They're seeing the fractals of light through numbers, and the numbers are speaking something. It is a formula. The light codes come in many ways, and one of the ways is numbers, because numbers are a definite. It is a part of our infinite existence, especially if you think about the number of the infinite 9, right? You think about the 3, 6, 9 portals in time. Like, the numbers are the keys to a lot of things, right? So speaking of seeing like angel numbers is what she was talking about. And she was saying how angel numbers, a lot of people mistake this as thinking, oh, the angels are talking to me. And it's cool too, because we all understand things at our level of how we understand them. I too was there, like, ooh, the angel's saying something to me. But the more I evolved and developed and understood, the more I transcended and understood the fractals of light. And the angels that we call are really angles of light, right? The angels are, let's say they call them angels of light. Light is energy and information. So what it's saying is the information comes through these light forms, through these light codes. And these numbers are also a representative or reflective of these light codes according to our consciousness, as we call them in. So what she's saying is very right. And I really wish I could get her name and, give her the credit for speaking on this. But I know it to be so. It is true in my heart. It's a real truth. It is a true truth resonance. And for those of you who are aware, right? And for those who are hearing this for the first time, please allow yourself to be open and allow your mind and heart coherency to expand to this understanding. And I know it's sometimes we're used to saying, oh no, it's the angels, and we want to believe in that, like, oh, the angels numbers saying this, but those numbers are numbers that you're calling in because of the vibrations that we send out. So it's really a higher self, our higher selves in the truth resonance of it all, that sends the vibration out, and then it reflects back in that way. It's us helping us out in our higher self, bringing us the codes, the light codes that we need. So when we see these numbers, it's us highlighting to ourselves. It's our higher self. It is the God essence of us, or the source essence of us. We are fractals of light. God is light, source is light, divine is light. So we are fractals of this divine light, all in all facets. When we understand that, we understand how We exist in these fractals of light. All information is some type of fractal of light, right? Including what we call astrology. I call it cosmology. When you understand the cosmos are our orchestra of time that allows for the fractals of light to come through. Even your birth chart, right where you're born, this is a fractal of light. You're born with this part. This fractal of light comes in this way. This fractal of light comes in this way, and you've orchestrated this fractal of light. This information, light energy information. If you keep saying that, you will sink it into your mind that that's all light is. It's not just to light up the path so you can see and you can walk. It is information. It is the zeros and ones on the binary code, right, of this existence. So everything that we do is light frequency. The solar flares that we're getting, it's not a hazard, it's not danger, it is light. It is energy and information being spewed off of the sun, which is our server, which conserves light, which houses light, which means it conserves and houses information. It's like our battery. It houses positive and negative charges of information, because how information passes is through the charges. Negative, positive. How does your battery start and go? How does your car go? You need a receptive component. You need a giving component. The plus is the giving. The minus is the receiving, right? The masculine, feminine, giving and receiving. So these light codes, this is how they travel by the highways and byways of positive and negative charges. And so I know that's a whole nother breakdown from the main theory, but the main topic of it is us understanding these angel numbers as light codes that are coming through us, into us, and from us. Because when we elevate and we get to a certain level and we know what we want in our higher self, our multidimensional self has set it out, so like, okay, you're here, so let me send this out, and this lets you know what's happening now, or it grabs your attention to let you know, okay, 1111, that is you letting you know it's time for spiritual awakening, it's time for the enlightenment, right? 1212, which, you know, I and the detox group has been seeing a lot of it. 1212, that's cyclical completion times cyclical completion. That's the 144. I have a whole nother video coming out about that. I'll probably do that tomorrow or the day after, but that's also important to talk about for us to understand the 144 and what's happening with the 144 right now, right? So these numbers, and I want to speak about the number of twos, because in this code, now here's a light code that I got, and I shared it on my live. So this number that I got as I was sitting out here was the number 13. This being a 13 universal month, feminine, right? And we're in a masculine. Cat doing something he not supposed to do. What you doing? Give me that. Messing with my glasses. This 13 universal month, the number, meaning universal year 9, the month is a 4, that makes 13. So that, looking at that, I'm seeing the action of it pouring in as feminine energy pouring into the masculine month of Aries. And with that, there's a harmony. It was like, oh, there's a harmony going on. And so instantly it was allowing us to see, it let me know why some of us may be seeing a lot of twos. 222, because you're seeing the harmony. You're at that level where that's what it's saying to you. You're actually seeing the harmony. You may be seeing 212. You may be seeing 202. These number codes that you're seeing is letting you know that there is something. If it's the twos are on the end, it is something in the middle, and whatever that number is that something, right? So for example, 212, and 1 is unity or unification, and so it's unification within the harmony of duality. It's either something you're experiencing, something you're seeing, or something to look out for, right? When you see these numbers, it's giving you a heads up, look out for this, or it may be confirmational saying this is what's happening with you, or you're seeing it. It's letting you know, hey, you're seeing this, you're bearing witness to this right now, and it's you letting you know this through the fractals of light that you are. Right? And if you see 2 in the middle and the numbers on the outside, it may be saying it that there is a harmony of duality within whatever these numbers are saying on the outside, right? So for example, 424. 4 is like a foundational balance. So it may say harmony of duality within the foundational balance. So again, it's letting you know that's what's coming up for you, or it's confirmational that that's what's happening, or that's what you're seeing as in what you're bearing witness to, right? And that's me sharing a little bit of understanding the divination of numerology, along with understanding these angel numbers as angles of light numbers, right? Understanding that they're not really angels speaking to you, right? And depends on your concept and your understanding, because it can be angels, because you're an angel. You're an angle of light, so you are an angel. And our guides help talk to us through it, but it is still according to you. It is where you are at and in your multi-dimensional self, and still according to your fractals of a light that engages with that celestial host as a fractal of light, or that spiritual guide as another fractal of light, which is all fractals of information, right? And it's not to discredit, because I know in our ego we want to believe, no, that's my angel, no, that's my guide. And it still is. It's just in the form of information. We have to understand how the universe communicates. It's not physically like how we do. It's very much apparitions of information. So we see an apparition that has been tailored according to the information. Fractals of light. We are existing in form through being fractals of light, still, first and foremost, and our multi-dimensional self. So all these numbers, if you're seeing, I also got, if you are seeing 3s, you may see a lot of 3s right now, because when you're really harmonizing, when you harmonize that duality, it comes what? Creation, right? Just think of it, when a man and a woman harmonizes, they create, right? So you may be seeing a lot of 3s depending on what level of harmonizing you're seeing. And I believe if you see 3s, not believe, I know, in the age of the knowing, we know, if you're seeing 3s, more likely you're at a level where you're more closer to manifestation. If you're seeing a lot of 7s, you're definitely manifesting. I've been seeing a lot of 7s too lately. You're definitely at a level of, with this time of harmony in this particular month right now, with the number 13 being this feminine energy pouring into this masculine month, or this masculine house. During this time of harmonizing duality, you may be seeing a lot of 7s, because you're at that level where you're manifesting, you're witnessing manifestation. It's confirmation of your manifestation, or it's telling you to look out for your manifestation that's coming. So it depends on what numbers you're seeing, right? If you're seeing 5s, or let's say 5s, you're seeing a lot of, well, it means change, or physical spiritual balance, which is change. So you're at that level where things are turning over for you. You're beginning to get to the point where you see physical and spiritual balance, and that balance creates change as well, right? So as I said in my live, I'm definitely going to do a workshop with numerology, breaking down these numbers. Those of you who have been in my workshop, I've often posted numbers 1 through 9, what they mean, just like what I gave you now. And everybody's meaning is different, so don't look for it to be exact. Don't discredit someone else's number, or even what I'm saying, because it's all in our perspective and how we see it. And usually it still means the same thing, right? So for example, what I said about 5, most people would say, oh, 5 represents change. And I would say 5 represents physical spiritual balance. However, I understand it to still mean change. So what we do is we look for, this is how we harmonize. This is how we unify. Don't look for a separation, look for a unification. What does this mean? That person may say it means that, but how does it mean what I know it to mean? And then you start to make the connection. So we don't have to go looking in books and trying to discredit it, or don't get too detailed with it. Don't get too meticulous. Don't get too South Node in Virgo shadows with it, right? Because remember, our South Node is in Virgo, so we may be feeling the need to go into details about things and to be very meticulous, but that is the shadow part of Virgo, South Node in Virgo, and we're supposed to be learning from that, not being too detailed, so that we can, step into the expansion. Look at the bigger picture. It's harder to look at the bigger picture when we're being detailed, and our North Node is pulling us into looking at the bigger picture. Anywho, I'll do a different video on North Node, South Node, and that exchange of what should be happening at that point, or at this point within these 8 months of that. So, but it's interesting if we can do our due diligence to look at ourselves as angles of light. Let me bring it back to that. Angels of light and angles of light. And let's start to look at our number codes with much more expanded view. A little bit different and just expanded. You don't have to throw away how you saw it. You don't have to throw away your angel, your guide. They still exist. But when we understand it as angles of light, and every bit of you being an important part of that, because they can only reflect back to you and bring the information according to the angle of light, the fractal of light that you are being, and perceiving in your essence, what you perceive, how you perceive it, how you believe it, how you achieve it, how you transcend, you change the clocks of time, you change the codes of light as the light codes are coming in. So you're going to be seeing a lot of these now, because the light codes are definitely coming in, especially if you're infused in the light grid. As those fractals of light are coming in, the light grid helps us stabilize a lot of this, especially when you're activating on the light grid, which means doing your soul work, right? Get into a workshop, get into a course, or not just any course, but something that really calls to your soul, that this is something I need to be doing. I need to get my angles of light up, right? Ashe. So, beautiful bodies of light that are also fractals of light, that are translating the angles of light. Don't that sound better? Be brave, be bold, and be ready to receive your light codes and give them. Ashe. With that said, each one reach one, teach one. If you don't know where to start in your big, beautiful heart. Shine your light from the inside out, and be the candle that lights the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Peace, love, and light.